Hello, everybody, and welcome to my dressing room here in Torino, in Turin. Salut tout le monde, ciao a tutti, buenas tardes, buenos días a todos. I'm now speaking in 4 languages, and everything I say, je parle dans 4 langues, 5 langues, dans tout ce que je dois dire, parlo in 5 lingue, in tutto quello che devo dire. Why? Because I'm rehearsing Eurovision. And here we have to talk in so many different languages. I'm literally learning how to say hello, good evening, welcome in about, well, we are, me, Alessandro Catalan, and Laura Pausini are learning it in about 40 different languages. And so I actually hear myself. So I have obviously a lot of different news, and I have a lot of new things that are going to happen over the next few weeks, and I wanted to reach out myself. If anybody comes into my dressing room, it's because they don't know that I'm doing an Instagram live, so you might end up with Alessandro or one of my team. This is my dressing room. There are flowers, there are plants, and there are more lights in front of me than you could ever imagine. It's like a Luna Park. But let's talk about the one thing that I wanted to really focus on during this Instagram live, and that is Yo-Yo. Not the toy, the song. It's a song, it's my new song. And I couldn't be happier and prouder to be coming out with some new music again. And some new music in this way. The past few years have been crazy. I made My Name is Michael Holbrook, the last album, with a kind of very intense personal mission. To deal with a lot of different things that were happening in my life. And I kind of knew that something was going to happen. Obviously, a lot of things happened, and then I went on tour, and I thought I would just live out this album across the world, and then that stopped. And so the kind of music that I wanted to come back with was very much, I didn't have a specific concept, but I had an emotion that I was chasing, and that's what I was going for. Really finding a way to mix dance, pop, melody, so much melody, and this kind of infectious feeling. It was more about chasing a feeling. Pop music, dance music, songs, whether they're fast or they're slow, but in this case it is more dancey, that just make your heart feel lighter, that remind you of being 16 years old. And whether it was dancing in your bedroom or whether it was like me, sneaking out to Astoria and going to GAY on a Saturday night in London. Well, that's what I did, and I know that there were a lot of my friends who were doing that too. And that's the kind of music that I wanted to write, and that's the kind of music I wanted to record. And there'll be a lot more after this, but let's just focus on Yo-Yo right now. The artwork is inspired by 8-bit tile art and digital art, and it's done in collaboration with some really cool young team members of mine now, and my sister, of course, Yasmin, with whom I've collaborated for a very long time. And now I'm going to just say hi to some of you. So, hello, I'm going to do this. And there are so many of you all over the world right now watching this. So, ciao, hi, hello. And if you were in any of those shows in the United States or in Canada, or if you were at Coachella, all I want to say is thank you for giving me that feeling again. Thank you for helping me just kind of feel like boom, like my feet were going to catch fire and my heart was going to explode. So if you have any questions, you can ask me questions too. I mean, I see messages in every language. Thank you for commenting on my blue shirt. I appreciate it. Aha. So there's so many messages coming through, I don't even know. I'm going to speak a little bit in Italian. Allora, ciao a tutti, sono qua backstage a Torino, in un'arena che conosco bene perché ho cantato qua e forse alcuni fra di voi avete visto anche la mia performance qui un po' di anni fa. La cosa surreale, sta andando bene, non è così semplice, è un grandissimo meccanismo questo show. It's a huge, huge kind of operation doing Eurovision, and the amount of people that are involved in it. And it's not always that easy. And the one thing that is the strangest is just when you step on that stage, quando sei sul palco, and they just say, go. And it's already hard in rehearsals. È difficilissimo anche nelle prove, and I can only imagine how difficult it's going to be when I'm actually on air live, when we are on air live. Laura's been great. She is a really hard worker and a real professional. Alessandro is a natural, and he's a really hard worker too. La cosa surreale di tutto questo è che qui stiamo parlando soprattutto italiano, però dobbiamo fare tutto lo show in inglese et anche un po' in francese. Salut à tout le monde qui est en train de regarder en France et tout autour du monde. Si vous êtes en train de parler en français, je vous salue. And someone is talking about my hairstyle being amazing, and all I can tell you is that this is bed hair. So this is how I will present Eurovision, and this is how from now on I have chosen to style myself. And in case you were wondering, yes, this is a big pink pencil. It is going to be a hard week ahead, but the one thing that makes it less hard is that there's this new song called Yo Yo. And so that is going to be the one thing as well that makes it lighter, and the fact that I'm here with a bunch of friends having a good time. So if you're in America or in Canada, you can stream the show on Peacock for the United States. And if you're in the rest of the world, if you're in Australia, hello. It's probably very early. Anyway, I hope you listen to Yo-Yo when you can, and you can pre-save or pre-listen it now. Actually, no, you can pre-save it now on Spotify or Amazon Music or Apple Music. Donc, that's that. Is there a video coming for Yo-Yo? Yes, there's a video coming for Yo-Yo. It's beautiful. There's going to be a lyric video first, and then I'm very, very excited to announce that this amazing video that we will be recording very shortly and filming very shortly is going to be directed by Robert Hales. I've loved Robert Hales' work for ages. Everything he's done, from Janet Jackson to Muse to the Red Hot Chili Peppers and so many others. He knows how to capture a performance, and I thought that this needed to be visually striking but also have a very strong performance-based director, and he's a master of that. So he heard the song, he loved it. He's a really good guy to collaborate with, and we're going to be doing that very soon. His name is Robert Hales. If you don't know his work, you can feel free to go and check it out. Yes, Yo-Yo is a toy, but that's the point. If you hear the song eventually, it's about that. It's about treating my emotions, treating my heart as if it was a toy, flinging it up and flinging it down, and it's about resisting heartbreak. Isn't that what pop songs are about most of the time? Either screaming about heartbreak or trying to figure out how to resist the effects of heartbreak. Yo, Yo Mika, yes. And also there's a new website called Yo Mika and a new song called Yo Yo, so we're just kind of yo all round, really. Hola Pepa. There you go. Who did you produce the song with? Okay, so the song is actually, I'm not going to say yet, because then it might let you know what is coming afterwards. So for now, I'm going to stay quiet. I produced it with a really, really talented guy, and there was also some additional production on it. But multiple countries, multiple nationalities came together to make this record, which is kind of perfect. Vieni in Italia. What are you talking about? I'm in Turin. So obviously I haven't really understood. Hola Peppa again. What does Hola Peppa mean? Am I saying something I really shouldn't be saying? What is Peppa? How long did it take me to write the song? Well, actually, it was one of those songs where we had written for about 3 days. And some of it was good, and dinner was ready, because when When I write, I always like to know that there's going to be dinner. It's the most important moment of the day. And dinner was going to be ready in 2 hours. And I looked at everyone in the room. I was like, okay, we've got 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. I was like, I feel like we need this song. Let's just go there. And so, yeah, it took an hour and a half after 4 days of searching. So that's often how it happens. So what else? Pourquoi je parle pas en français? Eh ben, je parle en français de temps en temps, évidemment. J'adore parler en français. Salut la France, salut Estérel. Quand est-ce qu'on te revoit sur la scène française? Les festivals cette année. Vous allez me voir pendant les festivals. Is there a new album coming? There are 2 new albums coming. And also I'm currently working on a soundtrack, my first symphonic movie soundtrack. And I've started writing the themes, which is also tricky, but it's really exciting. And it's quite a big music project, this film. And in a couple weeks, I will be going with 2 4x4s, traveling around around rural Morocco and going and visiting Berber tribes and listening to them sing and perform and play instruments. And I will be recording them, and then I'll be taking some of those musicians back with me into the studio. And that's just the first part of this soundtrack. But I wanted to get to the place and experience the music so that I could know how to handle that music and turn it into something that I could mix with a symphonic orchestra and with electronic programming. If you don't live that tribal music, that Berber tribal music from Morocco, how are you supposed to just stick it into something? I didn't want to appropriate it. I wanted it to coexist and be inspired by that. So loads of things going on. New Yo-Yo, the first single for a long time, a video coming soon directed by Robert Hales, more recording for the albums, Eurovision next week, a performance at Eurovision next week, which is a big medley with lots of surprises, and then going into the desert for 2 weeks and listening to tribal music and meeting all these amazing people making music, and then going back into the studio and composing symphonic music, and then going back in and eventually sleeping at some point. And once I wake up from a nice sleep, I will see you at the festivals. So I send you all a huge hello, wherever this might find you in the world. Un énorme coucou à tout le monde. Si vous êtes en France, si vous êtes partout autour du monde. Hola, buenas tardes a todos. Buenos días si estás en México. Porque es mañana. Sì, es mañana ahí. Ciao a tutti in Italia, buonasera. Io vado a mangiare because I'm so hungry. The time has come for the most important moment of the day. Dinner.